Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, welcome back to another episode of Wright Ace Attorney. Now, first of all, before I start, if I seem slightly, I don't know, just not quite my usual cheery self, I just came out of watching Diana the musical on Netflix. Now, I said I wasn't going to watch it. I watched 20 minutes of it one day when it first dropped on Netflix just to see how bad it was. Thought it was absolutely terrible. Decided I really wanted to just watch the whole thing, just so I knew what it was, and so when people ask, like, how good or bad is it, I have a proper answer based on an experience. And it's just the most boring 2 hours of my life I've, like, ever had. I will make a video on it. It's just terrible. And the ending is the worst I've ever seen. The ending was like one of the only bits of the show where it elicited any sort of emotional response from me, and it was laughter at how bad it was. So, yeah. So hopefully this cheers me up a bit, because honestly, I'm just miserable after sitting through that crap. And I could have turned it off, but I was like, I need to keep going in case it gets better, but it never did. And it's not even a case of like it's so bad that it's funny. Like, I know people have been posting like the This Is How Your People Dance scene on Twitter, and like James Hewitt is hysterical, but most of it is just bland, and the music all sounds like one song. Like, there's no variation. It just sounds like one endless. The musical the musical plays on and on like an endless telethon. Oh, how I wish that it were Elton John. Anyway, right. Let's go back to Ace Attorney while I try to turn my brain off and forget about the last 2 hours of my life. I made notes so that I can forget what happened. Let's get into it, shall we? So, we're at the trial. We found out that Gordy is not real. He is, in fact, a pile of Steel Samurai balloon that fell into the lake. December 27, 10 a.m, District Court, courtroom number 3. Am I definitely recording? We are. Also, when I first turned this on, I had to reset OBS because the camera was like, everything was bright yellow. And I know I'm wearing a yellow top, which I think just messed up the camera's colouring a bit, but it was absolutely unbearable. I looked like Homer Simpson. It was bad. Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. How is he still on trial? I thought we proved it wasn't him. The defence is ready, Your Honour. That is still loud as fuck. Oh, I put it up again. Why did I do that? Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. His statement is Lacrimosa. I've lost my mind. Very well, no opening statements, so objection! Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Oh, good lord, shut up. Right, of course. Why does the judge not have a name? I want to know his name. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Sir, you don't need to make bets on it. That's not really how court works. Oda. Oda. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Oh god, it's Uncle Buck, isn't it? I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Oh, this is really giving me... it makes me really uncomfortable. Witness, state your profession. I hate it so much. He also reminds me of someone out of like Harvest Moon. He gives me Harvest Moon vibes. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. This is gonna go well. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yup, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Yeah, that's... I feel like that's worth an objection, since they haven't even given us his name. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Shut the fuck up, no one cares. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. How is it a trivial question? Surely he needs to state his name for the court record. The witness will state his name. Yeah, I should think so. Well, I'm not really sure, yup. That's really, it's really good when your witness doesn't even know their name. That really makes them seem like they're going to be a strong witness with some really good statements to make. What do you mean, my memory, Your Honour? The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. Your name isn't something that stops at some point in your life. I think he would know his own name. Please don't come at me if you've got some kind of degree in, like, dementia or something. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. That's absolutely not how that works. I don't have a degree in dementia, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. Also, I'm pretty sure that someone who's got memory loss issues would not be allowed to testify in court. I'm pretty sure they would be exempt because they can't be a reliable witness if they've got some kind of memory problem. Anywho, let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? I'm calling him Uncle Buck. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, and all through the house. Just after midnight, yup. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats as usual. And then I heard a bang. Yup. I know he's saying it like, yup, like, goofy, like, yuck, but I'm hearing it in my head as like, yup, as in like, a Geordie. Yup, lads. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just a-floating on the lake. Just a-floating on the lake. And then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Sir. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for a cross-examination. Sir, that is not how this works. I can hear a strange noise. I don't know where it's coming from. It might be my next door neighbours, but I'm like, what is that? Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before 3 minutes are up. Will you shut the fuck up? That's not how this works. Judge, your verdict now. Right. Surely if you go on like that, you'll get held in contempt of court. Surely a lawyer cannot act like that in court. Yes, Mr. Wright? Yeah, we're gonna fucking cross-examine, that's what I'm here to do, that's the game. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Yes, very well. You may begin. Right. Oh my god, he's gonna die. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. Oh, I see, it's because he's got a timer in his brain and he explodes after 3 minutes. I see, well then let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, it was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yup. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yup. That's actually Yorkshire, not Geordie. Just after midnight, you say? Yup, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yup. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. And he's asleep. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. Yup. You see? Continue. Remembered it clearly, I did. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? Probably Meg or Keith? Well, I guess Polly could. Oh, right, yeah, the parrot. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Then I heard a bang. Yup. I hope. And where did the bang seem to come from? Oh my god, wake up. From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yup. Good, continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just a-floating on the lake. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yup. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yup. At the time, that is. At the time. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Then I heard a bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Technically you heard 2 bangs, and one of them was probably that air tank exploding the Seal Samurai. Yup. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Okay, so they're going to turn out as going to be 2 gunshots, but I'm thinking that one of the bangs was the thing exploding. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. By your window. Yup, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk tisk tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Huh, that's quite a different bit of information you just gave there. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him! That Edgeworth boy! Oh my god, he died. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tisk tisk tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Probably because Phoenix just claimed that the witness was his dad. I feel like that might confuse the court slightly. Raise an exception. An objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's court that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. We did do that. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Yes, that would be what I'm referring to. No. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. What, and then picked it up with his other hand? If he was gonna go to the trouble of wiping his prints, he would have worn gloves. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. That's not how that works. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Nah, just keep raising objections. What's the worst that could happen? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realise even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Ugh. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? Sorry, I'm still hearing that noise. I keep stopping to see if I can hear it. I think it's my neighbours. We've got really thin walls. To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. I think he already did. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. It absolutely is not. I'm sorry, but I mean, okay, right. Yes, I agree with Von Karma insofar as a witness's testimony is generally good evidence, and there's no reason to just claim that a witness is lying. However, when your evidence is just, I saw a guy walk past a window and say I can't believe he's dead, that's not evidence of a murder. You absolutely cannot prosecute on that basis. That's not at all how that works. This case is extremely clear. I'm going to end up doing a fucking law degree just so I can pick holes in Ace Attorney. Come back in like 7 years with a law degree and be like, hello, I'm here to poke holes in Ace Attorney. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. Well, the accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Huh. Well, that... Wait! I was gonna say, like, that can't be where that ends. Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry Botts? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park on the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too! Oda. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot, that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. And then I realised something. Then I realised something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Oda. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Let me just check my record. We are looking good. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Ooh. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Dun dun dun. December 27th, 10:28 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Oops. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. On the Edgeworth of his seat? I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Hmm? Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on that murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. And then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He's let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's like his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything depends on Larry now. Ooh. It all depends on the butts. December 27, 10:35 AM, District Courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. The night of the murder. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it, so I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat, so after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. To be fair, that's not that helpful. That was an unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any matter, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something, and I found it. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. You know, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if that was the truth. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Or clocks, made out of thinker statues. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did that sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know? Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? I mean, there was, we know that much. Oda. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. Humph. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. I love how he hears a gunshot and his first thought is I'm going home. Not phone the police. Not phone, like, the person who, like, is the caretaker of the park or something. No, just go home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry? Oh, sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the tits. Right. What's our evidence look like again? We have the camera, the autopsy, the photo, the map, picture of Misty Faye, article, another map. Is that also- wait, is that also a map? Oh, that's the second lake photo, yeah, with nothing in it. The bullet, the gun, the deposition, still got my metal detector, Polly the parrot, the case file, and the photo of Edgy's dead dad. Okay, I was out in a boat in the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. And just as I was thinking of going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. I don't know what to... I don't know what to do with that. I was out in the boat at the lake. Yes. I mean, if I show him the picture... When he says he didn't see a boat, can I show him the picture, do you think? I was looking for something and I found it. Blah blah blah, just as I was in there, I heard a bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. Can I show him the picture? I mean, in this enlarged photo, you can't actually see the boat, but we'll see what happens. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honour. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Ugh. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I don't know. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. I feel like this has something to do with it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to look this up because I already have no idea. Wait, what? Present Lotta's deposition? That is not at all what I thought I had to do here. Present... What does Lotta's deposition say? That's not the deposition. Oh shit, I heard two sounds like gunshots just after midnight. I'm a dumb bitch. Okay, there we go. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Well, this is not helpful at all. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard one gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Oh god, he was on the phone to Keonce, wasn't he? Something else? My radio did. Oh. On my headphones. What? Oh, for the love of God, this is a nightmare. Oda! Stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio on earphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should you continue the testimony? I mean, you can't really make it any worse, so why not? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know why he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. It was only a winter's tale. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Ooh, this could be interesting, because this will put a timestamp on it. You were listening to your radio at high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. I was thinking this. He's not listening to music. If the DJ is talking, then he was listening to a talky bit, not a musicy bit. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer. The guy says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. So imagine you turned on the radio and that's what's playing. That would not make you feel better. You turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone! I shouldn't have said anything. It'll be cold, so cold. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. This is how you timestamp a testimony, you fuckface. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all that we need to know. No, it isn't! Tell us, Mr. Butts. That's really fucking annoying. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? How the hell is he gonna know? I was listening to it real booming loud, like... Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had the headphones on. Yup. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the... What's that? What the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Well, what was he saying, Larry? What did he say? Oh, don't you. No, fuck off. Please cease these pointless questions. These are not pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Oh, for fuck's sake. No, he doesn't have a point. Indeed, Mr. Karma has a point. No, he doesn't. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. Yes, we should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. That isn't particularly helpful, but okay. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay. Okay. That was just the sound of my water bottle decompressing. But I'm still jumpy after there was an explosion near me a few weeks ago and scared the ever-loving crap out of me. So anyway, I have no idea. See, he says I've got to press it, but we've already pressed everything. I still want to know the name of the radio show. No, he's not gonna let me. I feel like I'm gonna have to spend this whole case looking this up. I'm so confused. Alright, apparently I'm supposed to show him the photo. Why? Oh, is it because of the timestamp? Aye, it's because of the timestamp. Okay. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and the photo is timestamped 12:15 AM. If it's almost Christmas, it's not past 12 o'clock midnight, which means that the murder took place before midnight, which changes the entire case. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realise what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But you should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was in the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25 00:15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? I'm having a breakdown because we've already established that we can't be entirely sure that, like, what Larry is saying is true, considering he doesn't seem to have heard both gunshots. And he had his headphones in. What happens if I say he's right? Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence it was a gunshot before midnight. I don't have that evidence, do I? That's not a thing that I have. Wait, what about the other photo? Ooh, taken automatically at 12:24 at 11:50. Ooh! Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 PM. Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honour, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honour, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise in the lake at 11:50 PM. That's why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honour. It's a fact that the camera also triggered at 50 minutes after midnight. Your Honour, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. So, she said she lowered the thing beyond the camera to respond to lesser noises, which is why it triggered when Maya sneezed. However, I don't know if we've got evidence of that. Oh! Murder weapon fired 3 times. Let me try. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honour. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realised the truth. The 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Ooh. Oda. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, and another 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya! Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict, we have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. I have no idea where he's going with this. Your Honour, I hope he's not expecting me to do it for him, because I don't have a fucking clue. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. I mean, it's done something. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk. So, you finally realised the truth? There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself? Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. No. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. Splish. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 metre. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who this is sitting on the boat. Okay, let's think about this rationally. It can't be Edgeworth and Hammond. Actually, to be fair, it can't be Hammond. If he was dead. If he's saying that he was killed at 11:50, it can't be Hammond at all, which means it must be Edgeworth and the murderer. As to why? Or how? I don't have a fucking clue. Right, let's go with Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Oh, okay, we're going with that. Oh right, that's why he said it reminds me of the Steel Samurai. He means he was dressed up as someone else. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's Lotta Har, of course! We don't know his name. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know. But, again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. Wait, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What? At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond? The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats in the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not in a boat? What? I'm so confused. Where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. I have no fucking idea. At the boat shop? Fucking no. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Call Larry's testimony if you will. That night he was out in the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot at the boat shop. He heard a gunshot, Your Honour, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he'd just returned a boat? The boat shop. Well, this is not going the way I expected at all. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gord Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Why would it be the caretaker? What? Well, his bird did know something about DL6. So that, okay, yeah, I'd forgotten that part. Yeah, that would make sense. But still, who the fuck is he? Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. I can still hear that noise. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh, nice photo. Oh, look at Polly. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol in the boat, Mr. Wright? Well, it'd be the boat shop caretaker, wouldn't it? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? So it looked like Edgeworth had killed Robert Hammond? So he just shot twice and then fell out the side of the boat? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honour. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. And framing Edgeworth. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realise that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This guy is very nimble and quite athletic for someone who looks about 104. This is what happened, Your Honour. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Same. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Oh shit! It's going down! I'm yelling timber! Very well. While we're waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. This is just never ending, isn't it? Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well? Why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honour, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Good police work. I'm pretty sure witnesses are not meant to leave the courthouse. My parents had a court case once. It's a very, very long story and no one in the family likes to talk about it, but essentially there was, what's the too long didn't read version? Basically a guy, tried to sue my parents and claimed that they'd crashed into him in their car. And I was in the car at the time, so I know fine well it never happened because I was there and there was no car crash. But basically this guy had been driving behind us and just took our number plate and decided he was going to try and accuse my parents of crashing into him. I think he crashed his own car and figured that he would get insurance payout if he could blame it on someone, and he just happened to memorise our number plate because we've been driving in front of him down this road for like quite a while because we've been on a motorway. So my parents had to go to the court case for that, and my mum still says it's one of the most horrible experiences of her life because she had to sit in a little room, a little dark, dingy room, and she was locked in while my dad was testifying because they weren't allowed to see each other before the case. So I know fine well that when you're going to a court case, they lock you in a room. In fairness, I suppose my parents were the defendants in that case. It wasn't criminal court though, it was civil court, but my point is that they keep you under lock and key when you're at a courthouse, and you're not supposed to just let your witnesses disappear during a case in case you need them for something. Anyway, that was a little sidetrack story about an incident that we all try to forget ever happened, but it's very hard to forget things that dominated your lives for like 3 years. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. How the fuck do you know that? It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilise all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. So this is definitely not going the way I thought it would. This is very interesting. December 27th, 1:22 PM. District Court Defendant Lobby? Defendant Lobby number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Yeah, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Oh, come on, you can't end it there. Oh, I don't have time to play the next one. Fuck you, Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. Save state. Okay, well, it hasn't thrown up an encoding overload, which is good. That was only an hour, but normally I would record the next part, but I don't have time tonight because I have things to do. Oh, I just knocked my camera off my screen. Yeah, so this case is definitely taking a turn for the bizarre, but I mean, what do you expect? Nothing in this game makes any sort of sense. Much like Ariana Grande, it's just ponytails and vibes. So I will try, hopefully tomorrow I will get time to record the last part of this case because I really want to know what happens and I've got some time tomorrow to record, so I will make that a priority to record the next part and try and get through the rest of the game. But thank you for watching once more, for coming on this mental journey with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.